Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 5th of April. Dalai Lama holds teaching session in Northeast India amid China protests. Six killed in Pakistan blast targeted at census team. And preparation for local polls in final stage, says Nepal Election Commission. And now for all the details. Pakistani troops on Wednesday resorted to relentless ceasefire violation along the line of control in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. 3 sectors witnessed heavy shelling that was retaliated by the Indian side.
Pakistan Army on Wednesday resorted to unprovoked firing and shelling at Indian outposts along de facto border, the line of control or the LOC in northern Jammu and Kashmir province. Firing was reported from Degwar sector in Poonch district. Clouds of white smoke were seen rising from the forested area near the border as Pakistan fired mortar shells. No casualties have been reported so far.
Today morning at 9:05 Indian Standard Time, the Pakistan Army has carried out unprovoked ceasefire violation in the Poonch sector yet again, which is totally uncalled for. And they are using 82 mm mortars and automatics and small arms, and the same is being responded befittingly in equal measure by our own troops.
Later, heavy shelling was also witnessed at Kasalian and Karmara sectors of Poonch district. This is the 4th ceasefire violation in 2 days in the northernmost province. There had been 4 ceasefire violations along the LOC in Poonch in March.
Staying on to news from India, Tibetan spiritual leader the Dalai Lama on Wednesday said that Tibet seeks meaningful self-rule and not independence from China. The Dalai Lama is on a week-long visit to India's northeastern Arunachal Pradesh province, to which China has lodged a protest.
Tibetan spiritual leader the Dalai Lama on Wednesday held a teaching session in Bondila town of India's northeastern Arunachal Pradesh province. Thousands of Buddhist devotees, including monks, attended the sermon. The 81-year-old Buddhist monk encouraged the Buddhist practitioners to study the classical Buddhist texts and the canons of Tibetan Buddhism, accompanied by rigorous practice and investigation.
Firstly, we are not seeking independence. We are very much willing to remain within the People's Republic of China. I always admire the spirit of European Union. Individual nations' sovereignty, important, but that's not so important. So important is common interest.
The Nobel Peace Laureate pointed out that autonomy of Tibet would benefit both his homeland and China.
So, you see, for material development, remain within the People's Republic of China. It's our interest. And then, not separate. So the Chinese government also feel okay. Should feel okay. So that's mutual benefit, mutually. Like that. And then same time, the Chinese government must give us meaningful self-rule, autonomy, and must take care, full care about environment.
China said on Wednesday that India's decision to host the Dalai Lama on a contested stretch of land on India-China border would cause serious damage to relations between the two countries.
Moving on to news from Pakistan. A blast targeting an army census team in Pakistan killed at least 6 on Wednesday. The Pakistani Taliban has claimed responsibility for the attack.
A suicide attack on army personnel killed at least 6 people and wounded 18 in the eastern Pakistani city of Lahore on Wednesday. The Pakistani Taliban claimed responsibility for the attack.
Punjab government spokesman Malik Ahmed Khan said the blast, which hit an army vehicle taking part in Pakistan's census, killed 4 soldiers and 2 civilian bystanders. Security personnel blocked the street around the site of the explosion, close to a police training school, which was the site of a Pakistani Taliban attack in 2009.
उधर से एक बाइक आई उस तरफ से ही, तो एकदम से धमाका हो गया. धमाका बहुत दूर दूर तक आवाज़ सुनाई दी. मेरी आंखों में अंधेरा आ गया था. ठीक है, जिस्म के लोथड़े हुए मैंने देखे उड़ते हुए. ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी पड़े हुए थे लोथड़े.
थोड़ी दूर कम से कम मेरे ख्याल को 100 कदम पर मैं मौजूद था. ये फौजियों की गाड़ी को हिट किया तो एकदम लोथड़े आगे गिरे मान वाले स्टाफ के ऊपर. हम भागे हुए गए तो गाड़ी को सीधा फौजियों की को हिट किया है.
Scores of people have been killed in Pakistan since the beginning of the year in a series of attacks. Last month, more than 80 people were killed in an attack at a Sufi shrine in Sindh province. The Islamic State militant group said it carried out that attack.
Meanwhile, the locals of Pakistan-administered Kashmir have been at the receiving end of Islamabad's misrule since it was illegally occupied. The region lacks development and locals are denied basic rights. A report.
Locals in Pakistan-administered Kashmir have often protested against the administrative setup in the region, which they claim is corrupt. In the past, demonstrations have been held against the electoral process, which the locals allege are rigged in favour of the party ruled by the federal government of Islamabad. A middle-aged advocate from Muzaffarabad district spoke about the hardships faced by the people due to the corrupt administrative framework.
This system, जो गुज़श्ता 70 सालों से है, इसके अंदर करप्शन है, इतनी लूट खसूट है, इतना बरादरीज़म डेवलप किया गया है, लोगों की आदत भी आज़ाद कश्मीर के लोगों की ख़राब हैं, तो इनको किसी राह रास्त पे लाने के लिए, लाइन में लाने के लिए काफ़ी मेहनत की जो है ना जी वो हमें जो है वो ज़रूरत है.
Despite making tall promises about development at the time of elections to lure voters, the ruling government fails to address the needs of the locals.
लोगों को एक अच्छी सियासी जमात की ज़रूरत है, अगर ना भी हो तो एक अच्छे सिस्टम की ज़रूरत है, ताकि हमारा एक अच्छा सिस्टम हम इस मुल्क को दे सकें.
Pakistan illegally occupied the territory decades ago and has done little to develop the region. Islamabad, which rules the region through a proxy, does not grant the locals political rights and representation, although it taxes them heavily.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan. War-torn Afghanistan witnesses devastation wreaked by landmines, claiming civilian lives every day. Officials say almost 140 civilians are affected by mines and unexploded ordnance every month.
Head of the Mine Action Coordination Center, Mohammad Shafiq Yusufi, said that at least 30% of almost 140 affected by mines and unexploded ordnance every month in Afghanistan are killed. According to Yusufi, 154.4 square miles have been cleared of mines and unexploded ordnance since 2001.
از جمله 140 حادثه که هر ماه صورت میگیره 60% مربوط همون نوا میشه. یعنی این مشکل هنوز زیادتر است. متوجه هستین؟ تنها 9% الی 10% مربوط ماین های ضد پرسونل سابقه میشه.
Mohammad Razul, aged 34, is one of the victims who lost both his legs in a mine explosion. He was a teacher in Logar province before the incident. Meanwhile, Afghanistan Independent Human Rights Commission spokesman Bilal Siddiqui said that civilians are the main victims of mines.
کسایی که استفاده بیروی از ماین ها میکنند و باعث تلفات ملکی در افغانستان میشن همراه از او برخورد جدی شود مورد پیگرد عدلی قرار بگیرد.
The government is working on demining, mines awareness and the medical response to landmines in Afghanistan.
In news from Nepal, preparations for the upcoming local level elections in Nepal are under full swing. The Election Commission said it is in the implementation stage.
The Nepal Election Commission claims to have completed nearly 90% of work for successful commencement of the local elections slated for May 14th. The work of printing ballot papers for 75 districts and 14 administrative zones is almost done. It is estimated that nearly 16 million ballot papers will be required for the local polls.
हाम्रो चाहिँ धेरै 80-90% जति तयारी चाहिँ केन्द्रबाट जुन गर्नुपर्ने हो त्यो चाहिँ भइसकेको छ। अब त्यसलाई इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्ने, त्यसलाई कार्यान्वयन गर्ने फेजमा हाम्रो चाहिँ क्षेत्र र जिल्ला स्तरमा हामी चाहिँ अगाडि जाँदैछौँ।
The Election Commission is also set to start the voter education program targeting large number of voters across the nation, giving priority to the remote districts.
हामीले विभिन्न किसिमका प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम, मुख्य प्रशिक्षक प्रशिक्षणको कार्यक्रम र क्षेत्रीय स्तरमा चाहिँ क्षेत्रीय स्तरको प्रशिक्षणको कार्यक्रम हामीले सञ्चालन गरिसकेका छौँ र क्षेत्रीय स्तरमा प्रशिक्षित भएका हाम्रा प्रशिक्षकहरूबाट 75 जिल्लामा प्रशिक्षण सञ्चालन गर्नुहुन्छ र त्यो 75 जिल्लामा प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त गरेका सामुदायिक कार्यकर्ताहरू, महिला स्वयंसेविकाहरू यिनीहरूले चाहिँ गाउँ-गाउँमा गएर मतदाता शिक्षाको कार्यक्रम अगाडि बढाउँछ।
Nepal has over 14 million eligible voters. However, the government is facing opposition by agitating Madhes-based parties who are demanding amendment in the constitution prior to elections.
Moving on, Hindu devotees across India on Wednesday celebrated the birthday of Hindu god Lord Ram with immense zeal and enthusiasm. The festival falls on the 9th day of Navratri, or festival of 9 nights.
Hindu devotees thronged temples to offer prayers and seek blessings on the occasion of Rav Navami, a Hindu festival that celebrates the birthday of Lord Ram. This festival falls under the Hindu calendar of Chaitra and is considered among the 5 most sacred festivals according to Hindu religion. In Ayodhya city of northern Uttar Pradesh province, considered by Hindus to be the birthplace of Lord Ram, devotees took a dip in Sarayu river. It is believed that a dip in the river on Ram Navami washes away people's sins.
दिन में सारा भारतवर्ष के नहीं पूरा विश्व के जितने तीर्थ हैं रामनवमी में राम जन्मभूमि के राम के जन्म के उत्सव बनाने के लिए सभी तीर्थ यहाँ आते हैं और अपना सरजू स्नान कर करके अपना अपना भगवान के अपना अपना तरीके से भगवान के जन्म के उत्सव मना करके
आज हमारे हिंदू धर्म के लिए बहुत बड़ा त्योहार टाइप है, बहुत बड़ा दिन है। आज के हिसाब से बहुत ही आनंद महसूस हो रहा है, बहुत ही शांति और बहुत ही खुशी हो रही है। अभी भगवान 12 बजे भगवान श्री राम का जन्म कनक भवन में हुआ है।
It is believed that Lord Ram was born to eradicate evil from the earth. His saga is depicted in Ramayana, an ancient Hindu epic.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Dalai Lama holds teaching session in Northeast India amid China protest. Six killed in Pakistan blast targeted at census team. And preparation for local polls in final stage, says Nepal Election Commission. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.